So today, I was trying to figure out what to talk about that I thought might be helpful to anyone, as I think it's important that every day, or maybe not every day, because I probably won't be able to do it every day, but lately I've had an excess amount of time on my hands, so I've been able to talk about trying to tell people about a narcissist. But today, I figured I was on Facebook a few minutes ago and I saw a post from a friend of mine talking about narcissists. And I'm going to read it real quick. It says, narcissists are very vindictive. If they believe you crossed them, you become enemy number one. There is no level they won't stoop to in an effort to make you pay for what you've done to them. The amount of intense hatred for you will be everlasting. That, very true. I want people to understand that I don't think it matters how long or length of time you're with a narcissist, or a bipolar narcissist in my case, but this one, mine, that I dealt with, is extremely vindictive. And what I mean by that is that he hired a cutthroat attorney, and this is what they will do. And I wish I would have had the money to hire an attorney like that, because I didn't have the money to do that, so that wasn't possible. And then when I did, I did manage to hire an attorney for a short while at the beginning of the divorce. And he was like the Elmer Fudd of attorneys. I'm not even kidding. He even stuttered. I'm not joking. It was when I met him the first time, I thought, oh my God, this is what my money can afford. Yeah. I'd hate to see him in court. And if you've ever seen my cousin Vinny, that would be him. Anyway, so as vindictive as they can be, you have to learn to protect yourself, because you're going to still think about that person like, you think that they love you. And even somewhere you think, okay, well, somewhere, if you spend any length of time with them, that somewhere in their Mr. Grinch heart, that somehow they still care about you as a human being. Well, the thing of it is they don't, and they won't. They don't care. They're incapable of love. They don't love the same way that other people do. And so it's going to be an all-out war, and they will treat you like you are just an absolute piece of shit, really. That's the best way to put it, because you took away what they wanted, which was you. And when you take that away from them, they get very, very mean and very, very vindictive. And right now I'm facing court on Friday morning, and all over production of documents. And I've been held in contempt of court because his attorney keeps saying that I haven't given him enough information, and that there's somehow more information out there that's missing. So I now have to face the judge on Friday morning, and I don't know how that's going to go. The only thing I can do is prepare myself for it, but you have to remember that we haven't even got to the actual divorce yet. This is just production of documents, and this is the third time I have to go to court over this. And I have a feeling this judge is not going to be very nice with me. But I am not an attorney, so it's very hard to go up against one that is very good at his job. And he's very good at his job. But you see this? Yeah. This is what I had to print. because I needed to show every back and forth email, everything possible, so that this attorney cannot think for one moment that I have not given him everything that he needed. And a lot of that is just actually copies, because maybe he wants a hard copy, but whatever. My point is that they will put you through that because they don't care. They really don't care. And once they've gotten their new supply, which is their new person, they're really not going to care. Then it's going to be emotional tug of war with your children, and they will do stupid things, and they will start introducing your children to their new supply and make your kids really uncomfortable, and they will use their weird vindictive ways to hurt you via your children. And this has been going on for 2 years, but it's now reached a breaking point. But I'm holding fast. I'm not giving in. He may think he's won, but he hasn't. And I will do everything in my power to stay strong. Some days it's hard, like today, because I'm worried and I can't sleep. I don't know if I have to go to jail. I don't know what's going to happen. So don't think that getting away from a narcissist is going to be very easy, because it's not. Because they will, in the beginning, they will chase you down and they will love bomb you. And if you don't know what love bombing is, basically what that means is that they will start treating you pretty much the way that the way they think you want to be treated, because they won't do it during the relationship. They wait till the very end when they finally start realizing that they're losing you, and then it's, oh my God, I love you. What can I do for you? Here, I want to buy you this. I want to do that for you. I want to do this. I want to do that. But in my case, for 20 years, the guy could have given a shit whether I came or went, but he still wanted me. That was the thing, though, and that's what they do. They keep you holding on just long enough until you finally give up. You're like, my God, this can't keep going on. You can't live that way, blah, 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 blah. But then they start getting vindictive as soon as they realize their control has been lost. Once they lose control of you, because they did have control of you. And as soon as you break free or try to break free, the moment you try to break free, it's gonna be a shitstorm that you are not prepared for, because they turn into a completely different person, someone that you didn't think that they would ever be, but they will. Trust me on that. They will chase you. They will stalk you. They will call you unmercifully, text you, haunt you, show up, and just keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming, because that whole external control psychology, which is basically the theory of if the nail doesn't go in when you first hit it with the hammer, hit it harder. Instead of figuring out why the nail won't go in, they just hit it harder. And that's a good definition of external control psychology. So that's what they do, is they try to control you. So they try to force you. And I think that if they just force you because you've relented and released all those other times, you allowed them and you gave up, you gave in because they were stronger than you. They're very vindictive. Very, very vindictive. Hurtful. Mean. And they can be, this one, for instance, can be just an out-and-out son of a bitch. Which is actually true, because his mother is a bitch. So, you know, that theory actually panned out pretty good there. But anyway, I'm a little overwrought, probably because I've had a lot of caffeine, and a little anxious, worried. People keep saying, don't worry, you're not going to go to jail, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know that if that's true. When I saw that judge last time, she was very angry with me. But, it is what it is. What they're trying to do is, this is the whole reason behind it, is so that I will sign the divorce papers and accept whatever meager amount, which is not what I deserve. So they figure if they hold this over my head, that if I would have just signed the divorce papers a few weeks ago, then I wouldn't have had to have gone to court. It would have all been over. But this is where I'm glad that some of my backbone's coming back, my tenacity's coming back, the Heather that would not give in. I was a very, 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 very strong person. And I was emotionally beat down to the point that I didn't think I could fight this. And like I said, my tenacity's coming back, and I'm working on it. And that's what you have to find. So if you're out there like me, then you need to find your tenacity. Find your Dumbo's magic feather. Whatever you need to find. But hold on to it. And whether it's a good friend or a neighbor or something like that, but you find your Dumbo's magic feather and you hold steadfast. Don't give in. Don't give in. That's what they want. And you're never going to get closure, ever. Because your closure is their lack of closure to you. Their vindictiveness and how much they wish to hurt you right now. The way this person is trying to hurt me. And the only thing you can hope for is because everybody, well, maybe not everybody, maybe it's just me, but sometimes in life you're just like, you know what, you asshole, I hope you get what you deserve. And that's where karma kicks in. And you may not be there when the karma kicks in, but guaranteed the karma will kick in. And that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm trying to, for me personally, I'm trying to hold out until July. July is when my final court hearing is for my divorce. Yeah, 2 years. Courts are backed up, especially the county I live in. Apparently, they're just running rampant with divorce. COVID had a lot to do with that, too. A lot of people got divorced during COVID and split up during COVID because they had to actually be around that person for an extended period of time. And I can tell you what, that's when things really started getting horrible for me, was during COVID. Was because I no longer had a break from him. It was a steady diet of him. And you get to the point where you finally crack. And then when you crack, and luckily, sometimes through the help of good friends, because, the thing of it is that there's a really neat lady that I work for. She's a really wonderful person. And she took time out of her day, several times, to speak to me and explain to me what a narcissist was. And I have her to thank. And I have another good friend that stood next to me and helped me through this. And he's actually the one that let me print all that stuff at his house today. Because I don't have a printer. I used to have a printer because, see, I actually still own a company. But I got fired from my own company. Yep. Fired from my own company that I co-own with him. So I don't have that income coming in from my company. So I had to seek other employment yada, yada, yada. And yeah, so they're vindictive. They're vindictive. However they can hurt you, they will hurt you. If they can destroy your life, they can destroy what little bit you've managed to get. They will. And luckily for me, this narcissist wasn't able to ruin the friendships that I had made through in the last couple years. And I'm grateful for that. And boy, my hair messy or what? See, that's what happens when you don't care. And anyway, so just be prepared for vindictiveness. Really prepared. Even shit you don't think's gonna happen, you're like, no, they would never do that. They would never do that. Yeah, they will. Hands down, they will in a goddamn heartbeat. When my narcissist got mad at me, I'd bought a car right after I was trying to get away from him. And not even a month later, we were working, because once again, we owned the company together. And I was in his truck, and he got so mad at me, threw a fit, just absolutely threw a fit, because I wouldn't fight with him, because I didn't want to fight. I don't like fighting. Anyway, he pulled in front of the house and threw his truck in reverse and ran right into the front of my car, literally. And in his big truck, and put a dent in the hood of my car. And that car was the first thing that I'd ever bought that I really, really liked. And I worked hard for it. I really did. Didn't come easy. It wasn't a new car. I bought a 2017 Mustang in 2021. So it was 4 years old, but it was beautiful. And he knew how much I liked that car. And so he ran into it, put a dent in it. And every time I see the dent in my hood, it pisses me off. But this is also the same person that I had a little poodle. His name was Nicky. I had him for a little over 2 years. He was the best little dog ever. He died a year ago this month. And my narcissist did not like my dog. Hated him. He would never let me hold him. He would tell me to make him get down. And he would belittle me and tell me that I wish you loved me as much as you love that dog. Because he couldn't even stand it if I petted the dog. That is the depth of what you're dealing with here. So when I tell you that I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Just when I think things can't get worse, they're getting worse. And that's what you get to look forward to. But don't give up. Because if I can make it, you can make it. Anybody can make it. But they're really vindictive. And 2 of my dogs now have died under mysterious circumstances in the last 2 years. I don't know why they died. All I know is they were poisoned, but I don't know who poisoned them or what. I'm not blaming him, but all I can say is that it's really weird that my dog died of poisoning when he's always on a leash. And he didn't go for walks. He wasn't in a strange environment. He was always in our yard. Always. So how did he get poisoned? That remains to be seen. Anyway, so we'll move on from that. But just be prepared for extreme vindictiveness. Nothing can prepare you for the vindictive narcissist. Nothing. I'm trying. But, the other two videos, it looked like I was sad. Like, tearing up. And I want to make it clear. I'm not crying over him. No. When I talk about things that happened in my past, and if I tear up or whatever, it's not because I still hurt. It's because I remember, and I'm angry at myself for allowing it to happen. Because I allowed it to happen. And you come across regret. You're going to have a lot of regret. I can tell you that. And the regret sucks. It's the post regret that you feel, because you want to kick yourself because you don't see it until you're out. And once you're out, then you see it. And you know that you're pretty well fucked. Because if you're in a long-term marriage or a relationship like I am, or technically, I haven't been with him for almost 2 years, but I'm still technically married. You're gonna go through hell. But you need to be strong, very strong. Try not to let him hurt you. I know that sounds stupid. Everybody tells you that. But like I said, find your Dumbo's magic feather. Find that one person, find that one thing that helps you, and do it. And don't focus so much on the past, because it is what it is, and you can't change it. The only thing you can do, that I can tell you this, that will absolutely piss them off to no end: live your best life. Live your best life. Don't rub it in their face, but just live your best life. Just smile, and when they find out that they can't get to you by being vindictive and hurt you, and they see you having a good time or smiling, don't show anger. Don't show anger, because that'll just feed their they're like, ha ha ha, I hurt them. Because you got to remember, these are not normal people. They're not. They are fucked up. Yep. Mine was a mama's boy. Big time. And that boy loves his mama. He's almost 50 years old and still gets ran around by his nose by his mother. Continuously. She's a very overbearing woman. And I guess I wasn't overbearing. And so he did to me what his mother did to him. And he learned from the best, had a lifetime of it. So I have a master narcissist. So I wonder what's going to happen, because, every week shit changes. Every week. Every week. There's always something. Within a few days, there's always something. It's a never-ending drama saga. And that's the other thing you're going to find, too, is that you're going to be such a fucking bummer to people that they don't want to talk to you. That they're like, you know what, no, I don't want to be around you. Or shit, they won't even tell you that. They don't have the balls to tell you that. They'll just be like, oh, God, here they come. Be ready for that, too. Because you are a bummer. Because most people don't want to deal with it. And I can't blame them. You can't blame them. Do not blame them. Don't be mad at them. They don't want to deal with it. Because a lot of people have their own trauma too. And you can bring up that trauma for them with your bullshit, and they're not fully healed. I have a friend that I was a coworker with, and I was just starting to get better. And I was sitting outside, and he came outside. We were at work, and he started in with his wife, on the phone that he was actually getting divorced with. And that anxiety that I felt because they were yelling back and forth at each other because he had her on speakerphone, I literally had to get up and leave because it literally triggered my trauma. And I started having an anxiety attack because I couldn't deal with it. So just remember, try not to overshare. It's not easy. I know, especially for me, it was very, very hard because I had nobody. And the brand new people that I just started making friends with, all of a sudden, I would be okay one day, and then I would go through some pretty horrible shit. And I would do my best to deal with it, but sometimes you're kind of like an overfilled teacup. You start spilling out, and you don't mean to, but it just spills out, And sometimes they literally make you feel like you're crazy, like I talked about before, but you will literally behave stupidly, erratically, irrationally, and you're going to do some really, really, really stupid stuff. I know I did. But coming through the other side of it, and it took 2 years. And am I healed? No. But I have learned a lot. I'm not in a relationship, and I won't get in a relationship. I won't. You can seek comfort, and you can take that however you want. But don't get in a relationship until you are better, until you know that you can be the full version of yourself, because it's not fair to whoever else that you run across, because you've been dealing with a vindictive narcissist. And don't make the other person go through what you're going through. And once your divorce is final and it's over and said and done, and maybe then, because then it's not going to be a constant thing. Like for me, every day it's a constant thing. Every day, every single day. As much as I don't want it to be, as much as I run from it. And it's a really shitty stigma to have, that over your head all the time, that nobody wants to be around you because of it. Or they make fun of you. That one's fun. I've had that one. I had found out a few months back that the local hangout in the town I live in, so to speak, were calling me rodeo clown. And they called me that so much, actually, that they made an acronym for it so that they could talk about me in front of me and I wouldn't know. So they started calling me RC. And what's funny is the people that actually were calling me that were fucked up too. So it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black there, but I didn't make any names up for them. But I do know that they have nicknames for every single person that goes there. And if you go there and you know what I'm talking about, if any of my friends here in the same town that know me, you think you don't have a nickname? Yes, you do. Every single one of you have a nickname. That's what that place does. And they will gossip about you and make fun of you. So you need to find your safe space wherever you're going to be to deal with your vindictive narcissists. So don't go overboard. That's my point. Don't do what I did. I'm a perfect example of what not to do. And yep, not to do. That's one of them. But just prepare yourself for the vindictive narcissist. So when they drive you up the wall and you feel insane and you start acting out and doing stupid shit, just look for your Dumbo's magic feather. I've yet to find one, but that's okay. And I'm not talking, when I say Dumbo magic feather, I'm not talking about technically a person. I'm talking about just really anything to grasp onto, because that's what you do. You were desperate, so you grasp at anything, whatever you can grab. You feel desperate, and you don't realize that you feel desperate, but that's what you do, is you try to find anybody that will listen. Because in my case, I had no one to talk to, no one. And sometimes when you have a friend and they try to talk to you, they actually are trying to talk to you because they have no one else. And you know what? If you're unable to talk because of your past trauma or whatever, then at least tell them that. Whether or not they listen is another. I didn't listen when someone told me that, and I didn't realize it until it happened to me. Because once again, I'm a perfect example of what not to do. So, I've been trying to figure out whether I name this video Vindictive Narcissist or the perfect example of what not to do. I might put perfect example of what not to do, because that's me. And if you're a drinker, by the way, if you drink alcohol, don't fall into the bottle. That's been hard. Because even though I don't crave it or wake up and go, man, I really need a drink, what happens is that I don't think other people, until they've had that happen to them, is when, for me, for instance, shit can be so bad that drinking makes it go away. That day when you drink, it's not that it doesn't really make it go away. It makes it somewhat, at least for me, easier to deal with. But the problem with that is that as soon as it wears off, it comes right back again. So, until I don't remember. And unfortunately with that, I don't remember some of the horrible stuff that I probably should remember that keeps me, fueling me to fight this. And then I do write it down, and I remember. And all it does is enrage me, and you just want to stomp them. But, so watch out for your vindictive narcissist. Watch out, or you're going to end up in court like me. Isn't that a lot? Nifty, eh? Yeah. So, hopefully, that keeps me out of jail. Don't know if it will. I think I've built a pretty good solid case, but I'm not an attorney and I can't afford one right now. So, and legal aid don't help. Them bastards are shit. They're so overworked, they don't have nothing to help you. So you're SOL. So hopefully I can beat this and make it to July. But the funny thing is that every month it's something else. So I'm pretty positive that even after Friday that I still won't have enough information for him. And he's going to keep dragging me to court every single month until July. Because they don't want to get to July. Because if they get to July, he has to give me half of everything. And I'm sure his attorney already told him, you don't want to go to court. Don't let the judge split it, because, see, and that's what I'm waiting for, is because I wasn't trying to screw him over. I only wanted what was rightfully mine, and not even all of it. I just needed some of it, because I didn't want to walk out of a 20-year relationship, actually a 23-year relationship, but a 20-year marriage with nothing. Because that's not fair. He shouldn't be able to walk away with absolutely everything, because that's what he's trying to do. But that's what a vindictive narcissist will do. So like I said, even shit you don't think they're going to do, they're going to do it. They will. Don't be shocked. And even when you expect the worst, because see, that's what I've been doing, is every day I just expect the worst every single day, because I'm like, it's going to happen. I'm going to get a text. The kids are going to tell me something. I'm going to run into the dumb shit, or something's going to happen. And that's how it works. So watch out for your vindictive narcissist. Be prepared. Prepare yourself. Protect yourself. Do whatever you can. And find your Dumbo magic feather. I'm sure somewhere I'll find my Dumbo magic feather. But worst thing you can do, get in a relationship with another person. Don't do that. Not fair to them. Because you may have met the right person for you, but it's probably not the right time. Because you're not going to treat them fairly. You're not going to behave the way you should. And you're going to be hurt and damaged. Everybody's going to be damaged from stuff. But whether or not you allow that to hurt other people is what you have to watch out for. Don't let someone else's harm that they did to you ruin what you could possibly have in the future. So don't get in a relationship. I know it's tempting. I know you want to crawl towards someone else sometimes, because sometimes that's what you want. But like for me right now, I don't want a relationship at all. Would it be nice to be able to give someone a hug and a kiss and go to sleep? Sure. Cuddle buddy, whatever. But you don't want the drama that will come with a relationship. So don't get involved. That's my advice. Whether you take it or not, that's entirely up to you. But just make sure that you're ready. Don't hurt the other person, because you can hurt them. And that's not fair to them, because then you start the cycle all over again. The cycle of, well, the narcissist was damaged, the narcissist hurt you, and then now you're hurting another person because you're not you. You're not you. You need to wait until you are you. And then start something, but not until then. So that's my advice. Watch out for the vindictive narcissist. And if you're married to him, you're going to end up in court. I'm telling you, you're not going to win, because they will use every resource that they have to screw you over. Because remember, you're public enemy number one. Because somehow your denial of getting away from them is now made you a bad person. Because I can tell you what, I didn't do anything nowhere near what that person did to me. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. And it's not that I tried. I'm just saying, I'm giving fuck the benefit of the doubt, whatever, I mean, I may not have always done the right thing, but I was sure a hell of a lot better than he ever deserved. And I know people tell you all the time, oh, well, guess what? They're never going to find another you. Well, truthfully, he probably won't ever find another me. And I actually hope he doesn't, as I don't want him to do to another person what he did to me. Because, see, now I have to survive the rest of my life with what happened to me. And I don't want somebody else to have to do that either. Because they are oblivious to it. They'll go their whole entire life and they will never know. Ever. And when karma hits them and bites them in the ass, then it'll be poor me. And they will find their new supply, their new girlfriend or boyfriend to lean on. And then they're going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Here, let me make it better. And that's their foothold. That's where they step in. And they're like, okay. So that's how that one starts. So I know these videos are kind of long, but the thing of it is life is hopefully long. And it's also too short at the same time. So if a 30 or 40 minute video can help you and you can see what happens to people, maybe that'll help. I wanted a real video. I didn't want to make a 60-second TikTok video and throw it out there and go, because you can't explain this shit in 60 seconds. There's no way. No way. Because I know. I looked at the videos. And then you get the psychiatrists that get up there and they just start talking about shit. And you're like, what the hell? Hard to follow. You don't get it. And I'm not a stupid person. So I'm like, oh, intelligent stupid. Not even stupid in life. You bet. Somehow when God was handing that out, I totally missed it. Kind of like boobs. Missed that one too. But you know, hey, you do what you can. Anyway, so watch out for your vindictive narcissist. Do the best that you can. Protect yourself. And get the fuck away as soon as you can. And just be prepared. Prepared. And don't fall into the bottle. Or beer can. Because that's not going to help you. It's going to make it hurt more. Because then you cry about it. Well, at least I did. I was a blubber and crying mess for a while. Not because I was sad about him. You get sad about what happened to you, you know, and everybody falls through that. You're going to have that, by the way. That's another one. You're going to fall through the poor me, why did this happen to me shit. It takes a while to get out of that. You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, put your big girl panties on and realize that, you know what, shit happens. And yeah, life sucks, it hurts, it's not fair, and it's going to happen to you. So, find, like I said, Dumbo's magic feather. So, anyway, I still have a whole bunch of paperwork I need to sort. Because knowing my luck, he'll probably try to sue me because I didn't sort the paperwork, you know, so. It is what it is. But hopefully this video helps. Watch out for your vindictive narcissist. Your public enemy number one, and they will treat you like a complete stranger. Because they're incapable of love. Remember that. They are literally incapable of love. So, until the next time.